And welcome back to the round table with Marco, and we are continuing this accusation now.
Continuing on, it's your turn.
Wait, I remember now.
Would you care to give your testimony again? Witness testimony.
The time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a tape program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding.
A likely story. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
You may cross-examine the witness. God damn it, I fucked it up too. Right. You know what to do.
I've got this one.
And you already know what it is?
Certainly. Time of discovery.
Okay, go on. See, you found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it?
Except, let's see now. See, time of death, electricity. I would presume. Let's see.
And here we go.
Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait, I remember now.
Mr. Sawit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught.
My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body.
Very well, Mr. Sawit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Diving in again.
Actually, I didn't hear the time, I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw.
You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Cross-examination.
Okay, actually I didn't hear the time, I saw it, okay? There was a table clock in the apartment. Yeah, it wasn't there, okay. The murder weapon the killer used to hit the victim. I mean, I don't need to read it, you can just go on if you don't need me to point it out. I think it's rather heavy.
And it does not say anything about that having a clock on it. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock?
Wait, I am confused now. I didn't know that it was that easy. Wait, what? How did you know that? Wait.
Because I didn't
Wait,
see
did he say
him.
something about the murder weapon?
He said that he saw a clock and then he implied that the murder weapon was the clock.
Oh, okay. You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are?
I'm Phoenix Wright. Just answer the question, Mr. Sawit.
Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne?
As the witness stated, the statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with its testimony now? I do. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness' testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he... Let's see. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder.
Oh yeah? Prove it! Prove I went in there!
I'll do better than that and can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard.
Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. saw it. The sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time.
Objection! What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Does that look like the face of innocence?
Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That day, I never... Look, the clock, I hear... No, I mean, I saw... Shut up, shut up, shut up! I hate you! It was him, I tell you! I saw him! He killed her, and he should burn! Burn! Give him death!
Order. Order in the court, I say.
Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright,
Your Honor?
you claim the sound the witness heard. You claim the sound the witness heard was from the clock. Do you have any evidence?
The whole case is riding on this. I'd better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mrs. Soet heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply... I'm not even sure myself.
Oh, look at that, the penalty meter.
Oh dear. Well, it would have to be... Do I get several tries on these things?
I mean, yes, you get a penalty if you do the wrong one.
Well,
And when the penalty one's out, you lose the case.
But I only have 3 options here, so I won't
Yeah,
run out of
but
tries.
usually cases are longer, so every case gives you this 1 bar, and if it runs out, you lost, and you get several of these later on. For example, you get also penalized if you show evidence that has nothing, that does not contradict the testimony, for example.
I'll keep it in mind. Let's see. If you simply... All you have to do is examine the batteries.
The batteries are in the right way. The clock seems to be working fine. What exactly did you mean, Mr. Wright?
That the clock was working fine.
Yes, And?
I'm sorry, I think I got confused back there with all those testimonies.
Mr. Wright, expect more from a lawyer in this court, even it is your first day. I'm afraid I have to penalize you. Try to think things through more carefully.
Yes, Your Honor, as I was saying, Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sowett heard was definitely this clock, which is clear if you simply try sounding it. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I asked the court to listen very carefully.
I think it's 8:25.
That certainly is a strange way to announce the time.
Well, he is the thinker, after all.
So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright?
Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25.
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sowett heard and the actual time of death.
So, I thought it was him.
So, Mr. Sowett, try to talk your way out of this one.
So Miss saw it? Forgot one thing.
Uh-oh, what's he thinking about now?
Well, it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow. It proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case.
Aha! He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it, I was so close.
Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim.
Yes, Your Honor.
This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately. This ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sowett.
I come all the way down here to testify and look what happens.
You lose all your hair.
You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! Your lawyers are all slime.
I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now.
Not so fast, Mr. Sowett.
Chief.
Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think.
But, Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that.
Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow?
I think I have an idea.
Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow?
Wait! Maybe I can prove it.
You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you said the clock was already running slow the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim?
Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt.
Ha! Tough words! Let's see you pull this one off.
Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow.
Let's see. I would. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. there, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It? Or should I say, Mr. Did It?
Well, he went
needs
out.
an ambulance.
Order! Order, I say! Well, that was a knockout. This case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness.
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor?
I have to say I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find a true culprit at the same time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty.
Yeah, confetti!
Yay! Like all courtroom dramas do it.
And with that, this court is adjourned.
Oh, you figured that out fast. I think it took me pretty long to figure that out when I first played that. But then again, I had a fever, probably.
So, or are you remembering that right? It turns out that Frank Saw It was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Saw It let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Saw It grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find.
Well, and struck her
And,
down.
Indeed we did. Shall we cut it off there?
No, we are almost at the end of the episode. I mean, the episode of this, the first thing.
Well then. Phew, I still can't believe we won.
Right, good job in there. Congratulations.
Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you.
Not at all. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial and on such a satisfying note.
I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel.
My life is over.
Well, I don't have to imagine it anymore. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now?
Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon.
Good. Wait, no. I mean, bad boy. Larry, you're innocent. This place is closed.
But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever.
Larry, she was never mind.
Prostitute. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts innocent. Huh? Thanks. I really owe you one.
Well, that's a cute thing he's doing with his arm.
Yeah, and we wouldn't have seen it if we wouldn't have set it on transparent. I think we need to make it more transparent.
Maybe he's a puppeteer in his free time.
No, that's just when he's flustered.
Oh, sure.
I think. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat. Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey.
Hey, I was the one who got off the hook. Well,
Oh,
got
hey.
you off the hook.
Here, take this. It's a present. Present for me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, that's impressive that someone like you can make something that detailed. Well, thank you. I keep it as a memento.
Yeah, 3D printers, man.
Oh, I don't know. This place, I think 10 years in the past, something.
Maybe he's a time traveler. Or a mad scientist.
Yo.
You never know.
Oh, yeah, of course. Mad scientist. I don't think he has any deeper border to him, but... But I think, okay. Let's pretend he's a superhero at night. Oh yeah, yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you want to just cry?
Larry.
Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me, it's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, Wright? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him?
Huh? Oh, yeah, right.
I just thought of something to how to give you a hint. I could enunciate important stuff subtly when I read the lines that I remember at least.
Could try that sometime. What the heck is she even talking about?
Yeah, what? Proves to him that she still cared about him. Something very personal.
I mean, this is the only personal gift I can think of.
Well, then go with your gut feeling.
I'm just considering them. No. Well. Take that! Check this out, Larry. Proof. Positive. You weren't just chump to her.
Huh? What about that clock?
This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled.
Whatever. She probably just needed a clock. That's all.
You think so? It's pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will.
Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer.
Aww.
Really, I am. Thanks.
Hope that made him feel a little better.
Right. I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen. Learn. Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off?
Yeah, I guess so.
Say, how about dinner on me?
On you?
We'll drink a toast to innocent butts.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him.
Yeah, part, at least.
You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? I get very loose over them.
And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave Mia. I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be the one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep.
Oh, right.
Case
Wait,
closed.
is it actually... Perfect! Alright, and that concludes the episode, which is now longer than I wanted it, but that doesn't matter. In any case, hope you enjoyed it so far, and see you then in episode 2 next time.
See ya and take care.